to season 7, episode 1 of the Film Bros Show podcast. I am Tim. With me is co-host Patrick. Welcome to Hollywood.
Shit, you stole my line, you piece of mother. I'll kill you.
This has never happened to us before, and I usually never do anything off the top, so I apologize. At the same time, I don't, because how many times you've done it to me for the end of episodes. So this is great. I'm enjoying this.
I will throw you in a dumpster just like Skinny Marie. You got no chance.
Oh no, Skinny Marie.
You're in trouble. Yeah.
Oh man, I got tourists taking pictures of the body.
Hank Azaria.
Yeah, with like
What up,
a
buddy?
great quick clip from him.
I love how no matter what, he's just like he's gonna roll with like a New York accent.
Yeah,
It's fine.
he moved. You know, he's
Yeah.
you know, whatever. Sure,
He followed,
it
he
works.
followed his buddy John McClane out to L.A. It's good.
Yeah, exactly. So we saw Pretty Woman, and we're in our '90s rom-com season, and I believe this was my draft pick.
It is, yeah.
Anyway, a corporate raider hires a hooker to act as a business escort in Beverly Hills, California, is the plot on IMDb.
Yeah, that sure. It works.
I'm excited.
When was the last time you saw Pretty Woman?
Actually, not that long ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It came up as like a $4.99 digital purchase.
Hmm.
Like maybe like a year or so ago, and I'll be like, I'm gonna get this. Why not? I feel like it was very early on, weirdly enough, watch for me, and I totally didn't understand like a lot of the adult humor at first, right? Like I feel like one of my early memories is being at our Aunt Terry's house and it getting put on, and everybody was like all ecstatic over it. And that was like the first scenes I got to watch.
I remember our cousin Amanda just like ripping the wig a new one while watching the movie at her house. That fucking wig.
Yeah,
She's
so
right.
it's like
She was right.
Yeah, it's her favorite wig though. No, wait, no,
No,
the
the
hat was
hat.
her favorite.
The hat.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
corrected myself. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but
So yeah, I haven't seen the movie in like probably 20 years more. I don't
really,
know. Yeah, it's been a long time. It was a fun, interesting revisit. Still charming as hell.
it really is. It really is, and I think it kind of leads into our first category on why. Um,
Yeah.
I think the category that I was surprised to be a little dingish about was the romance category.
Funny, I went the other way. I went to comedy.
Oh no, I definitely went there too.
Oh, okay. See,
I
I
did
think
too.
the movie, while it is problematic in
Yes.
like a lot of its stuff, because it's just like we'll get into it in a bit.
Yeah.
I'll get into it now. What the hell?
Yeah. Sure.
So this
Why
was
not?
originally a much darker movie as written.
I can see that.
It was called just $3,000.
Oh wow.
And yeah, Vivian was addicted to cocaine.
Ooh.
And the movie was supposed to end with Edward dropping Vivian off at the exact same spot where he had picked her up. They get into a fight because she had fallen in love with him, and he refuses to take the $3,000 that he insists she takes. He then angrily throws the money to the ground and drives away. Vivian picks up the money before homeless people can take it, goes home, and decides to use it to fulfill Kit's lifelong dream by taking her to Disneyland. And on the bus going to Disneyland, that's the end of the movie.
Wow. I was almost
So,
thinking too, like this could be a messed up David Lynch movie too.
well, funny you should say that. So,
Yeah.
like, Richard Gere, I guess, was the first one to eventually sign on. And it was like a
Yeah.
much darker movie when he originally supposedly signed on. And he like was
Yeah.
trying to convince like Werner Herzog to come and direct this thing,
Oh wow.
which would have been amazing. But eventually Gary Marshall comes on board, right? And he kind of just uses the whole script as just like, we're going to call this a blueprint.
Okay.
And so like almost all this movie is like improvised, like on the spot. He's just like shouting down, it's like the original Judd Apatow, just shouting, "I
Right.
want you to try this now, and you try that, and we'll play off each other."
Yeah.
And they shot like reels and reels and reels of footage, and they just sort of like cobbled together a movie in the end. And it's kind of a miracle that it all worked out. It was taken so long to make that supposedly like that they were bringing down like studio heads to come and check this thing being made, like if this thing was as chaotic as it sounded. Um,
and what a massive hit it was. Um,
you okay? Screw it. I'll get into that part right now too. So it cost $14 million to make, right?
yeah.
Which in today's money is like 34.7 million. It had a worldwide gross of a little under $463.5 million in 1990,
Wow.
which in today's money is a little over 1.1 billion.
Woo. Woo.
I mean, to call this thing a hit doesn't do it justice.
Right. And I'm sure it made even more money just with like
Oh,
VHS sales and
exactly. Yeah,
rentals and
this is
all
yeah.
that. Yeah. 'Cause wow. Um, I remember how like that it stood out like this movie was a giant thing.
And it
Um,
got Julia Roberts her first Academy Award nomination. She did not win, of course, for that year.
I didn't realize she got nominated. That's cool.
Yeah, Kathy Bates. This is Kathy Bates' year.
That's fair.
Misery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, she is phenomenal in this movie.
She had been in other stuff before this,
Right.
Mystic Pizza, Steel Magnolias, and whatnot. But this is like truly like she's a fucking star.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That smile, like she makes you feel all the emotions throughout the movie.
Yeah. I mean,
Aces
yeah,
performance.
I think that's a great call because like not only obviously it's like the enthusiasm, the way she's delivering some lines, but there's just some stuff in her face that she's emoting throughout this movie that just is amazing. Like she just nails it. Like the whole opera scene and her reaction to the opera, and you can kind of see the emotions of excitement to feeling it and all that. Like I like she owned that so many moments, but that was one of the moments that kind of stood out to me too. She was amazing in this movie, and I think this movie is at the level it's at because of our two stars.
Yeah, yeah, it's fascinating. The way this thing got put together, originally casted. I mean, like it is a long process thing being made.
Yeah.
So like Edward Christopher Reeve auditioned. It's
Oh
the third
wow.
time he's lost a part in his career
To
to
Richard Gere.
Richard Gere. He was going to be American Gigolo, and then he backed out. He was going to do Officer and a Gentleman. I think Gere, I think, beat him for that. Al Pacino turned this down.
Hmm.
Travolta auditioned, didn't get it. Burt Reynolds turned it down. Albert Brooks and Stallone said no.
Wow.
Charles Grodin auditioned. Dennis Quaid was considered, and so was Christopher Lambert. And it's hard to say like
Wow.
which one they actually auditioned for, like which version of all these movies, because
Right.
I don't think they were bringing in Burt Reynolds for like the comedy, or Albert. I don't think Albert Brooks was coming in for like the serious one.
Right.
So they're all coming for like different kinds of movies. And in fact, Gear, when he first started doing this, started was trying to play big to match her energy. And Marshall just took him aside, like, no, okay.
No.
One of you gets to be big in this movie, and it's not you.
But oh well, what a
And but
great
like
point
the
for him
job
because
he
right,
does is just like a perfect straight man. It lets her shine.
right. But he has this subtle
Hmm.
moments that just shine.
Oh yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? There's several moments where he gets to have where it really shines, and you really get to he does a really good job of seeing a guy who's completely in over his head. He's falling for this girl, but he doesn't know how to handle it, basically. Um, and the way he like gives these long stares towards her and everything.
Hmm.
But yeah, then he gets to have these like moments of like, we both know she is not my niece. You know what I mean? Like there's moments like this where he just completely shines in these moments. So like it's amazing how good he did in what he and yes, a much more understated role
Hmm.
um where she's
And
definitely the one shining.
it's fascinating. You look at like Gear's career at this point.
Yeah.
So he had a heater in the early '80s, right? And then just like had like 7 years of just straight bombs,
Oh,
and
really?
was like toxic in Hollywood.
Wow, I didn't realize that. Okay.
Oh yeah, you look at his late '80s, mid to late '80s. It's nope, nope, nope,
Nope.
nope. And so yeah, he was kind of like 17th choice for this, and obviously it'll work. And then, but like the key, of course, is Julia Roberts, who
Yeah.
a crazy long list of like people who supposedly auditioned. And once again, it's like not sure which version of this they auditioned for or
Right.
were considered for. So, the most famous one, of course, is Molly Ringwald. But I don't think she was auditioning for the comedy or was handed the comedy script because there really was no script when it became a comedy.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, it's weird, but I can't imagine Molly Ringwald doing that. But I mean, there was a point where she wanted to
oh,
be
you
more
can't
serious, right?
imagine anybody else doing this movie than Julie
Right.
Roberts is the thing.
Right.
She just couldn't have been anyone else. But like, here are all the people that I've seen name associated with this part.
Okay.
So Molly Ringwald, Joan Cusack, Drew
Wow.
Barrymore, Winona Ryder, both considered too young. Diane Lane, Meg Ryan, the studio wanted. Um, Uma Thurman, Jennifer Connelly, Valerie Golino, and Michelle Pfeiffer turned it down. Uh, Pretty
Wow.
sure I know which she was probably in the darker version. And then Leah Thompson supposedly auditioned as well.
Wow. Wow.
So like everybody at that age was in line.
Right. Wow. That's crazy.
But it couldn't have been anybody else because Julie
It
Roberts
couldn't
is
have.
perfect.
Perfect. Like pitch perfect, right? Um, right from the beginning, right? You see her feistiness almost right away, or that she's um a little clever too, right? Where she's going out the fire escape, right, to evade the guy collecting rent, and the way
Hmm.
she's like coming into the bar looking for Kit, and Pops, where's Kit?
I love that old man
Like
bartender. I'm like,
I do. It's not a buffet, Kit. Yeah. Uh,
she
I
does not look
do.
like a guy who'd be like tending bar at a hot club in LA.
No. Although I don't know if this is really supposed to be like a hot club because we have like
The Blue
basically
Banana. I don't
a
know.
dead hooker outside. Um,
It's a good point.
yeah.
It's a good point.
Um, because they're definitely from like the bad side of the town of sorts, it seems. But yeah, like right away with all of that is so much fun. But I it does work as an ensemble because the back and forth between the two of them right away with the car
The
is
chemistry
so
is
much
for
fun.
real. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I can, he's like, You cannot charge me for directions or whatever. And it's
I
like,
ain't lost, honey. I can do what I want, whatever.
exactly. Fine, you win. It's like, and it's the whole movie, the two of them, with that rapport and that back and forth. And it just makes it, and, you really do. I feel like both characters are pretty nicely built up.
Yeah, we get enough backstory on both of them so that like
Yeah,
feel like human beings.
they
So
do.
like,
Yeah.
Vivian Ward, the street walking sex worker, still relatively new to the business, grew up in a small town in Georgia where she stopped doing drugs at 14. And even with that, didn't make it past the 11th grade. She
Yeah.
followed a loser boyfriend out to Hollywood, and when they broke up, she had no home, no money, and no friends, and she was too proud to go back home and fell into prostitution.
Yeah. Did some other small jobs. She couldn't pay the rent.
Right. And then Edward Lewis, playing by Richard Gere, business raider, like you said, buys companies, sells off the parts. Uh, and later learned that he got into this line of work for the purpose of like hurting his father, who just died like a
Yeah.
month ago. We find out his father came from money and divorced his mom and left her with nothing. And his father's company was like the third company he bought and tore down.
Yeah. He kind of built his own self up
Hmm.
into this company that just buys companies and sells them for parts. And yeah, and
He's
it's
very
funny.
angry with his father.
Is that even Frank? Yeah, this is another great moment from him,
Yeah, it
right?
really
But you
is.
get this like, what did your therapist say? He said I was cured, but clearly he was not, right? Like you kind of getting in this movie that there's still some trauma left that did not exactly heal him of sorts or cure him or whatever, because you kind of get that vibe with this company he's trying to buy. Something doesn't feel right. This Morris guy he really likes. It almost seems like a father he never had kind of
Yeah,
deal.
yeah,
He just
yeah.
really likes him. So there almost seems like this unfinished thing going on, with his character arc and stuff like too. So you get really cool, interesting stuff, I think, from both characters.
And like there's stuff that she points out to him. Like
Yeah.
she sums up what he does for a living. So you like steal cars and chop them up and sell them for parts. He's like, yeah, but legal.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah.
it got some things like you don't build anything, you don't make anything, like and
Yeah,
it
she
starts to
seems
get him
to
to think
call
about
him
what he
out
actually
on it.
does. Yeah.
Yeah, she seems to call him out on his stuff, which is fun, right? And then she also like, helps him kind of get out of his workaholic thing too, right? And you kind of even see his character growth towards towards the end or towards the latter part of the movie where he's even stopping off and taking his shoes off and he's by himself now and he's back at that park that he was with her. You know what I mean? Like he's starting to see changes, right? Or I thought another big moment for him was when he basically just it took a fight to do it, but he eventually was like, "I'm wrong and
Yeah.
I'm sorry," kind of deal. So you see character growth
Hmm.
from him throughout the movie.
For both of them.
Yeah, definitely for both of them.
They both aspire to be better. They see that in each other, and yeah, it's
Yeah,
wonderful.
it is.
Um, so yeah, I give the two leads a five. Their chemistry and performances are out of this world.
I agree. I did the same. Five, without a doubt.
All right, well, let's get into the controversial part of it, I guess. The romance.
Yeah, I on one hand, again, their chemistry is so good,
Hmm.
and the rapport and the back and forth of them is so good. There is a lot here I think that works romance wise,
Right.
but I have a few issues with it.
Okay. What didn't make you
Um,
swoon?
well, okay, so I the constant like there's almost this constant like belittling like stop fidgeting thing, which like does kind of work for humor, but at the same time there's something there that makes me feel not great about it.
Yeah, there's definitely like a Pygmalion, My Fair Lady kind of thing where he's
Right.
like trying to proper her up, where he
Right.
comes off as belittling at times. Like honestly, ordering the escargot for her was like a dick move. Like he
Right.
tries to think that he's trying to do something nice, but that's like a very awkward situation to put someone in who's never seen something like that before,
Yeah.
especially in front of other people.
Yeah. And so it almost seems like this like
Not even the worst of
he's
his offenses, but just
the
like throwing that out there.
elder like with person that's like don't do that, that's that me I don't know. So there's some of that didn't exactly rub me the right way, but I also felt like I feel like I completely understood everything of him falling for her. Like all of that worked, right? You really understood why this guy was falling for her. um I don't know if I was completely sold on the other way around.
Really?
Yeah, I
You weren't
don't
gonna fall
know.
for Richard Gere?
He's a great looking guy,
Good
and
looking man.
he is, and he's got some good, some slight humor there that's funny, right? But like, I just wasn't sure. Like, I get that that she's seeing like, okay, this is not a good life that I need to be living, and you do see like obviously the arc that she's going through, but I'm not sure I really saw that with like why necessarily this guy, like, cause like again, like there's like
Well,
there's
because nobody's
belittling
treated her.
moments.
No one has
I
treated her
know,
like this before.
I
Like,
guess, but then
I mean,
there's
there's
other
those bad
times where
moments for
she's
sure,
like,
but like
yeah, I never treated you once like a hooker. You just did. But
right?
clearly,
No, there's
that was
definitely
a
some down. Yeah.
BS line. Never treat you like her. There's several times where you do that throughout this movie. Um, so like, I don't know. So that was the part that I had issues with. I wasn't completely sold.
We get the impression, like from talking to like previous his girlfriend who he breaks up with in the beginning of
Right.
this movie, who's like moving out of his house, and she says like, I'm just at your beck and call.
Yep.
I talk to your secretary more than I talk to you. And then like the
Yeah.
one he runs the ex-girlfriend who says like, yeah, my secretary, your secretary was my one of my bridesmaids. She's
Yeah.
like,
That was a great actually joke for humor, comedy wise. But yeah, that was a good line.
so like it's just like he has always treated women basically like they work for him.
Right.
And then when he actually has someone who does work for him, he starts treating them like a person for the first time. It's fascinating dynamic. Um, but the problem is like she does work for him, and so it's actually
Yeah.
really kind of effed up, especially for
Right.
what he's paying, which is she's getting underpaid.
Yeah. Yes. Definitely is. Right. And yeah, I don't know if that's still enough. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like because there's too much that I feel like is just she's she's still kind of being becked and
Well,
called, right? She's like um
she
I
fulfills the fantasy that she wanted though. Like he comes up in the the white limo instead of the white
yeah,
horse, saves her,
that's
and
definitely a moment there, but clearly there was like a whole
goes up 3 flights of stairs, to like, on the fire escape, which she
I
knows that
think
he's
the
afraid of
most
heights.
you get is when the bathtub scene where they're sharing stuff and then when she lets her guard down for the first time and kisses him, right, which is
Hmm.
her big rule not to.
Yeah.
And so and then you have the aftermath of them in bed talking after that too. Like I feel like those were the real bonding moments romance wise to like you know what I mean that advances that kind of relationship and him being vulnerable to her is like the most I feel like I kind of get.
But
um
the other thing I would say is that I think that she loves the way that he looks at her.
yeah,
And,
but do
and
we
so like
see her noticing that?
yes. So like when he first
Okay,
sees her in the cocktail dress
yeah,
and she points out like you're late and he says like you're stunning. You're forgiven. She's
that's
just
true.
like
That I do forget about that one, yeah,
yeah, and like yeah, like it really
because I
means a
feel like a
lot to
lot of
her.
his looks is more unnoticed by her, so that's why I'm like I totally understand his reasoning on falling for her. I'm just not sure the other it was as great the other way around, like from coming from the other end.
Well, he also like, takes her on the giant shopping trip, takes her to the opera, which completely moved, he goes at
Right.
it, he doesn't just like keep her in the bedroom the whole time. He really,
No, yeah, he does. You're right. And like that's like a thing, right? Where she doesn't want to feel lesser or whatever and the way sometimes which is another great stuff from her where you can really tell where she feels uncomfortable,
mhm.
right? You can see it in her face and how she kind of flustered she gets, but she still tries to keep a straight face. Or when she's starting to cover up a little bit more, you can tell when she's feeling those moments. And he does a lot to
I,
not make her feel that way. So I guess that would be the thing,
I'd
right?
also like to point out, and some of the sex scenes are hot as hell.
Oh
Like the,
yeah,
the piano thing, like that is like sizzling chemistry right there.
for sure.
And even like when they finally start kissing,
Right.
it
In
is
the bed.
absolutely,
Yep.
swinterific.
Yep. No, it's good. That and the
It's
beginning
great
stuff
stuff.
too. Yeah.
I don't know how you don't fall for
The
this couple
chemistry's
again.
there.
I mean, you're rooting for all this, like you want them to work out, but you know deep down, like this doesn't last a year. There's like just no way
Yeah.
because it's such an effed up like way to meet and everything like that. So
Yeah.
in
I don't
the
know
end,
how it works going after this. Like, you know what I
I
mean?
yeah,
Because
but
I
like
feel like even with this, like he's like, does it still end up being her with an apartment in New York that he leaves some money for her? Like that's what I'm like, I still don't quite get how it goes forward.
well, I guess that she moves in with him, or maybe they decide to move out there so he can run the business in California.
Maybe, I
But
don't know.
yeah, you figure there's always going to be a Phil Stuckey who will eventually figure out what she did because Phil's probably going to leak it because he's a bastard. Um,
Yeah. I would assume he's gonna get fired or something after that.
well, yeah, I think probably he's no longer works for him, but I'm sure Phil would like pass it around like what a piece of shit
Right.
because he is.
Yeah,
But yeah,
exactly.
I give this a 4.5 because I totally bought the romance, even though it is like I would step back and like, okay, this is kind of fucked up and it won't work out in the end. But
Right.
still, like the fact that it has those drawbacks, and I still like get totally caught up in it, I had to
Yeah.
give it a really high score.
I gave it a 4, so I'm only a half point
Okay,
difference.
all right. It's not like
Yeah.
you were going to go much lower. All
No,
right.
I wasn't like I just wanted to explain why I'm not giving it higher. Like, 'cause
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
no, that's
part
fine.
was a little weird to me. But yeah, it's still really good. And again, I think it still keeps coming back to our 2 stars. Is it what makes all of this work?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Uh, so what made you laugh?
Um, so it certainly has funny moments, but again, it comes back to our leads mostly in their delivery of stuff that makes things work. Um, but it's definitely not the made for all the laughs, right? Like
Yeah.
it's the chemistry, the romance is definitely what goes the best for this movie. But like the first thing that kind of made me laugh, was definitely the secretary thing, bridesmaid at a wedding. That made
Hmm.
me laugh. I love the mannerisms that he's giving. He's like, okay, like like it's kind of like hitting him kind of
Yeah,
deal.
that's dumb. All right.
Yeah. And then I really enjoy him taking the car,
The Lotus.
the Lotus, yes, which obviously I'm like older, I'm like it was actually when I bought it on digital, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a Lotus. Like, all
I was
right,
thinking the
like
same thing too. I'm like, I remember it's a shitty foreign car, but then I see it's a Lotus Esprit. I'm like, oh my God, that car
yeah.
again. Jesus. It's like the worst Bond car of all time. So I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it's
It's
back
like
in
the
my
only
life.
time I'm like happy to see a Lotus just because of the Bond
Yeah,
connect. Like I'm not happy to see it in a Bond movie,
that thing's ready
but
to turn into
like
a submarine at a moment's notice.
but I like enjoyed it for the moment of being like, okay, cool. But I
It's a
yeah,
real clue that Phil's a piece of shit that he has a Lotus.
yeah. But I he's really funny in that moment where he's like trying
Do
to
you even
get
know
the
how to
limo out.
joystick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like he's clearly freaking out and being kind of manic about it.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, Edward, come on," that kind of stuff. So that's all really funny. And he's like, Beverly Hills is down the hill, down. He's like
Right.
going up, like, and then you see him drive into like a cul-de-sac, and he's like, ah, shit, and then he's got to turn around. So it's like, all really, all that's really funny to start the movie.
None of that really rung my bell, but the first thing I did was Gary Marshall as a bum outside of the guy's house. Like, that's
You
Sylvester Stallone's
hear?
house. Yeah.
You hear? That's Stallone's house right there.
I love
Yeah.
that there's like a New York bum outside.
Yeah, it's really fun. And it's like as soon as you hear it, you're like, oh, that's Gary Marshall. Because he has
Exactly.
such a recognizable voice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really funny. And I get and then after that, I enjoyed I think it goes back to them in the car. Which is an amusing scene back and forth. I ain't lost. I
Yeah.
can charge what I want. Like I thought that was all kind of funny. I enjoy her immediately kind of going on her like facts thing that she's like, did you know? Like she's like always giving that kind of stuff. So I thought that was kind of funny interactions there too.
I love
Um,
that she assumes that he's a lawyer because he has that sharp, useless look about him. That got me
yeah,
laughing.
yeah.
Uh,
I think he amused with
yeah, he
that as
liked it
well.
too. Yeah.
Yeah,
You shouldn't neglect your gums. That
yeah. Did you ever
that made me
been
giggle.
to Beverly Hills? I have already been to Stallone's. Lights would be good, dear. You know.
Here, lights would be good here. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said dear, but regardless, it's a really funny line. It's good delivery. And then her going up into the elevator is really funny
Where she's
too. When
screwing with the
like
old couple. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I got a hole in my pantyhose. I'm not wearing any pantyhose. And then, well, color me something. There's room in here for two or something, right?
Yeah.
And then I love the old
Sofa
lady
in here
line.
for two. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll take the
close
bed.
your mouth, dear.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a really, really funny, nice line too.
Um, I like when she ties his tie,
Yeah,
and she's like, "How'd you learn how to do that?" He's like, "I screwed the debate team in high school."
he gives such like a, oh my God, like look. And
I had a
he's
grandpa. He was nice to me.
yeah.
He liked ties on Sunday.
It
Great stuff.
was good. Yeah,
I love the look on Barney's face when Viv uses his handkerchief to blow her nose.
yeah.
Oh,
You're on my facts. Well, that's one I've never been on before. Like just
yeah,
great playful stuff there. Or even with the condom stuff. I'm a safety girl.
right. It's a buffet of
Um,
safety.
yeah.
Slippery Little Suckers, a classic scene.
Yeah. I also enjoyed, by the way, there was the time with the tip, where the
Oh, where
guys
he's like,
wanted to
what is he
tip.
looking at? Yeah,
Yeah.
he
What is
brings
he
the
looking at,
strawberry and
right?
champagne.
And I also do love too when she's coming back after the clothing outing does not go well kind of deal, and she's coming back and like she goes in the elevator and what's his name? Hector Alexander. Alexander. Wow, I'm
Barney.
messing up his name. Thank you, Barney. Goes in and then she immediately goes, "What? What? Perfect!" Like she does that whole like she's really just awesome delivery in that. That just made me laugh.
I think the funniest scene in the movie is also like one of the it's iconic the montage, the shopping montage with Larry Miller,
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
which generally does make me like Mary Pat, Mary Kate, Mary Frances. Let's see
Yeah.
it. Come on.
I actually paused. I was like, "Oh my God, I love it." And then I was like trying to remember all the names, and then Meg's like, "Just rewind." I was like, "Thank you." And I rewound because I was so amused by that.
You exposed Meg. Okay, see, I exposed my girlfriend to how I watch these movies, and I'm like, I'm embarrassed for you to see this because yeah, I have to keep on rewinding and making sure I have the entire line written down.
I don't go as crazy as you. I
No,
mean I
nobody
take notes.
does.
She didn't like that like I have my feet propped and I have like an external keyboard that I can kind of pull and turn. So I'm like typing away as the movie's going, and I don't know if she loved all the clicky clacky as it was
No,
going, but
I
like
type it all up on my phone on the notes app.
I tried that and I like butchered. There's like too many errors, and I like had a hard time understanding what the hell was going on and what I wrote, so it didn't work out. But like, yeah, it was the only time that I paused and rewounded. But she was actually supportive of that one because she kind of wanted to see it
Here with
or
all the
pick up on
names.
it as well. Yeah, yeah, it was really funny. And then the whole like, what was it? Are you going to spend a lot of money or
Exactly
obscene
how
amount of money?
obscene an amount of money
Yeah,
were you talking about? Just profane or really offensive? Really
really
offensive. I
offensive.
like him so much.
Yeah,
And the look on Gear's face, like,
yeah. A lot more
she
kissing
has my
ass.
car and we'll help her use it, sir.
Yeah, a lot more kissing ass. Oh, you're a very handsome man. And it's like, not
And I
me,
noticed you're very
her.
powerful when I first met
Yeah.
you.
It's
Larry
just
Miller
really
is
funny.
so good in this.
Yeah. Who ordered pizza? Like,
Yeah.
it's just really funny stuff, right?
Um,
Uh,
you work on commission, right?
yeah.
Yes.
Huge.
Big
Yeah.
mistake.
Huge.
Huge.
Yeah.
It's
It was a
great.
great scene. Um,
Um,
I
oh,
did I did laugh, but at the same time was like, what the heck? Was like after the first night, by the way, where she's like, oh yeah, it was great sleep. I almost forgot where I was. And he's like occupational
occupational
hazard.
hazard.
And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, dig. And she kind of gives like a what the hell kind of face. And then but I think she digs him right back. But I didn't think that was as funny. But yeah.
Um, the second funniest thing after the shopping trip with Larry Miller, she's at the polo match and she gets in like
Yeah.
some shit from the snobby women, and she's
Yeah.
like, "I'm not
Yep.
trying to lay it. I'm just using him for sex."
Yeah. Great line. Yep.
Great.
I really love that one. I also like when she calls Kit and Kit's like going around her apartment and
And
like,
she's stomping around like
yeah,
furious that she
stopping
gave him.
around. "Oh, I gave that guy to you."
Yeah.
And then she's like repeating the address back and she's writing on a pizza box that she's sitting on. Like I thought all that was really fun.
Mm-hmm. Um, so closing the jewelry box on Julia Roberts' hand was an improv
Classic.
by Richard
Oh,
Gere.
it kind of feels like
And
it.
so that's a natural, real laugh by
It's
Julia
such a
Roberts. She didn't
genuine
know it was
Julia
going to
Roberts
happen.
laugh. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like
Yeah.
it's funny, but it's also like, God damn. Um,
I enjoyed the stuff with
trying to figure out
Barney
the opera
too.
glasses. These are broken.
Yeah. No, she keeps going, these are broken. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked all the stuff with Barney too. Um, all that kind of stuff with the niece, and she's not really the niece, and all that kind of stuff, and him trying to be like, I'm not going to see you again. All the head turning stuff is kind of fun. I like when they have the fight, um, and the elevator bellhop guy gets called up and comes out and kind of sees he's walked into some stuff and just stops talking, goes back, goes back
Hmm.
in, the elevator goes away. So that was kind of amusing.
Um, it was so good. I almost peed my pants. What? She said
Yeah.
she liked it better than the Pirates of Penzance.
Yeah, that was that nice subtle humor
Yeah.
from him that really worked. Did we get to slippery little suckers?
Yeah. I threw it out there.
Okay, happens all the time. Catches it. It was a great
Yeah.
moment. Yep.
Um, when Barney calls when Kit finally shows up, and then Barney gets informed that a window washer refuses to come down. And Barney's like, "It's Saturday."
Yeah, that was really funny.
That made me laugh pretty hard.
Yeah.
And then Kit looks at the old couple staring at her from the front desk. It's like,
Oh,
50
yep.
bucks, Grandpa. For 75, the wife can watch. But
Great
like,
delivery from her too.
there's not a lot of like I am laughing out loud in this movie. I'm mostly just like,
Yeah,
hmm.
chuckling about it. Yeah, I also like the where she's like, give me one person where it works out or whatever, and then she's like, send a fucking Rella or
Yeah.
whatever. So that was a really good delivery too.
Hmm. So overall, I gave this a 3 for humor for the
I did the
for
same.
calm. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I did the same. I think you're right. Like it's not the funniest movie. And again, like a lot of it, what it does have works because of our two stars. Just the delivery of stuff
Hmm.
is just really solid.
Supporting characters. We have Jason Alexander playing Philip Stuckey.
Man, he does an amazing job of being an a-hole.
Edward's lawyer and the closest thing he has to a friend. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's the kill that you love.
it's I love like the little billiards thing
Yeah.
that he has on his desk when he gets told that Edward is taking a day off.
Yeah. Well, clearly
Uh,
you get like he doesn't do that. Like that was part of the reason why she kissed him, right? Oh my God, he's sleeping. Um, because they
he
finally had a
sleeps, yeah.
day together, right? Yeah.
But like I Alexander is a real son of a bitch in this movie.
Yep.
Credit to him that he's still like somehow like the guy who can play that character and also be like George
Yeah.
in
Survived the
Seinfeld.
a-hole role
Yeah, this
to
came
do
out around
other
the same
things.
time as like the first season of Seinfeld. So it's
Yeah,
but he's really good at this.
he is.
And
You get the whole like kind of swarmy kind of
Cl-
feel to him, but you get why he's like this likable kind of guy, even though he's a horrible person kind of deal.
he's really good at his job, but
Yeah.
he's just exasperated that he doesn't have like you know he's like a much more awful considering he tried to commit rape
Yep.
version of like the friend who's just like I'm losing my friend. He's not the person he used to be because he met someone new and I'm jealous. Uh,
Yeah. He basically straight up says it like maybe I'll be happy too
yeah,
if
like
if I rape you.
yes, if I
It's
rape
like,
you, maybe I won't
whoa.
care about losing all this $1 billion deal.
Yeah,
It's like
which is the only thing that made him happy, right? Was making that money and making that kill kind of deal. Which was
yeah,
like I broke it up over 2 days watching the movie, and like it was like pretty shortly or pretty close to that scene where my daughter comes down and she's like Meg, and it wasn't at that scene yet. And Meg's like, it's fine, she could watch. I'm like, no, there's a scene coming up. And she's like, what? What scene? I was like, there's a scene coming up. And she's like, oh, right. It's like, yeah, I don't know if I want. Like, it's pretty. But then, like, she wouldn't leave. She didn't understand. And I was like, and then Meg basically had to be like, okay, this is going to happen. And I don't need you seeing that. And she's like,
can I
okay.
can I just point out that you were like 5 years old when you saw this movie?
I know. I
Your daughter
know.
is quite a bit older than that.
I know, which is insane, right? I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe I was just a very mature child and can handle it, or maybe I'm
Mm,
royally messed up from it.
mm,
I don't know.
maybe you're just
I
a
don't
little
know.
overprotective. Maybe
Dude, it's
if you're watching it with your parents, you can ask questions and you can answer the questions and talk to them in a civil manner. She's of age, so she can
very
basically watch
messed
anything.
up, man. I don't know. There's on one hand, I get what you're saying. On the other hand, there's
It's better that
I
she
don't know.
watches this stuff with you rather than watching it on her own and asking other people like what's right and what's wrong. So that's all I'm saying.
Well, I would hope, obviously, in what you're seeing, that is clearly wrong, right?
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just saying like in
Yeah,
general. It's just like it's
yeah.
better to watch it with the parents than watching it on their own.
I just wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for her to see something that like that, you know. It gets dark there
Yeah, yeah. It's
in
definitely
that
like
moment. It's
feels
like
like
a
it's from the
leftover
original
from the
script.
original script. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
There's a
Yeah.
dark moment there, and you're like, man.
Well, let's move on.
Yeah.
Hector Elizondo as Barney Thompson, the hotel manager.
Yeah.
What a delightful saint this guy is in this.
Amazing, phenomenal, and he'll basically get to play another version of this again when he gets to do Princess Diaries. It's
Yeah,
like, and it's like a whole other generation of people will love and fall in love with basically the same character that he already played.
I love
But
like the look of
yeah,
pride on his face when like Viv cleans up
yeah.
and it's just like oh,
Well, you go
um,
from like, I hope to never see you again after this is done to
right.
come back and visit us.
Yeah.
like it, but it does happen pretty quick,
Right. Well,
like
once he sees her
of,
on the shopping trip and he sees like she's like really transformed herself into a upstanding young
or
woman,
maybe
whatever.
his first judgments were wrong, right? And sees her as a person now.
Sure.
And I think that's kind of more what it is, to
You
be
kind of get the
fair.
vibe that like everybody in the hotel is kind of swept up in this romance of like seeing this like I can't believe
Oh
this is
yeah,
actually
yeah, yeah.
happening.
Yep.
I like to think that Edward being rude to Barney and they first like communicate is Richard Gere's revenge for Hector Elizondo's character being a dick to him in American Gigolo.
Oh, that's an interesting
Did
thought.
you ever see American Gigolo?
No.
So
Not
Richard
in
Gere in that
entirety. I've seen parts, but yeah.
okay, so Richard Gere in that movie is playing a gigolo, a sex worker,
Right.
and Hector Elizondo is playing a detective who believes that he is responsible for a murder,
Hmm.
and he harasses him throughout all like the second half of the movie. They have a very antagonistic relationship, so it's like, oh, it's fun that he gets to be rude to him now.
When he doesn't remember his name,
Yeah, he
his
tries to give him the
face
car,
is
but he's already walked
so
away.
crushed. It's Mr. Thompson. I'm
Yeah,
manager of the hotel. Like
right. He's
it's
like trying to
so
give him this car, but he's already walked away. Like, oh,
but then like at the end when he remembers his name and he says his name, there's
mm-hmm.
like a whole new like like he
And, you know,
remembers my name. Like
he gives him like like when gives him the necklace or whatever. It must be
yeah.
hard to part with something so beautiful. And
Yeah.
he mentions like Daryl drove Miss
Yeah.
Vivian home the other day, so he'll also take you to the airport.
Yeah.
Uh, by the way, did you notice that like the whole reason for this movie having like a time limit to this whole thing is because Edward needs to get back to New York because he has tickets to the Met Opera.
No.
This guy who flew to San Francisco to show her the opera there has got to get back to New York. I got tickets to the Met.
Well, he does have a weird line
Loves
before the
opera.
opera begins, right? Like I think it was telling like there's some people that like they're first introduced to it and they really don't care for it, but they grow to appreciate it and love it because of that or whatever. And there's other people that like fall passionately head over heels for it like right
Right.
away. And I feel like it was kind of telling like he was the guy that grew and appreciated and love it, and she's the one that fell in love with it right away, kind of deal.
Mm.
Because you see her like almost in tears
Right. Right.
from watching it right away, kind of deal. And he's almost watching vicariously, through
I don't
her.
know.
Like,
He strikes me as a guy who probably would have been same as her,
you
who fell
think?
in love with her right away. Yeah, because he's like,
Maybe.
gotta get back to New York. I gotta go see him.
Well, but no,
Um,
but he says it grows to love it though, kind of deal. So I don't know.
right.
He seems more
I
mechanical to me. I don't know.
probably. So then you have Viv's roommate Kit DeLuca, played by Laura San Giacomo. Uh, she's
She ended up
veteran,
pick me up.
the veteran street walking
Yeah,
walker who shows Viv the ropes and give her a place to stay. A little
glorified
bit of a
it.
drug problem.
Had a little bit of a drug problem, and she also kind of glorified it a bit to Vivian. She kind of intimated at that more of sorts of the profession to convince her to do it. But yeah,
I know it's just what she did and didn't seem so
sure.
bad. I don't think it was, but at the end of the movie, it seems like that like, she's inspired by Viv to try to become something more than what she is too. Um, so yeah, I like Larissa, and she has a couple of great laugh out lines and everything like that in this movie. It's
It's
a fun
very
little part.
small, very small.
Uh,
She's got like three
it's
bits,
it's a
but
very small
they're
part,
solid every
which is
time.
why Demi Moore turned it down. It was originally offered to her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
yeah, I think she would have been good, but I don't know. It works. There's this
Demi Moore was too big of a star in 1990 to be taking that kind of
yeah,
part.
and I don't know if she could have pulled off the same kind of charm. I don't want to say charm because Demi Moore obviously is charming, but like
Yeah.
I don't know
But
what's
she
the
was
right word for
overqualified
it.
for the part, especially with the
Yeah, it wouldn't work. I don't think it would have worked as well.
it would have been distracting. Like, why is she there?
there's this childish thing that she's got to her almost,
Originally, too, there was like a whole like thing where like in the original script, I don't know if they were filming this stuff, but like Kit was supposed to get in trouble at the Blue Banana, and Richard Gere was going to have to go down there with Viv to go and save her and punch out Carlos the pimp.
Oh,
So that's might have been part of the reason why Demi Moore was originally considered. I don't know.
okay.
But anyway, moving on. Ralph Bellamy as was it which Morse was he again? It wasn't David. David was the
James Morris.
James Morse. Thank you.
Yeah.
Not really convincing as a tough guy, but I absolutely milked at him
Yeah.
being charmed by Vivian. Like him being charming makes him
Yes.
charming. He's
Yes,
like,
I
no,
agree.
I don't know about you, but I've never been able to figure out which goes with which. And he just like picks up the
Yeah, and they
hors
both
d'oeuvre and starts
eat
like
with
with
their
their
hands or
hands.
whatever
Yeah.
kind of deal, and like, yeah, even more reasons why you could see kind of Edward kind of
And it's a
being
really
like, man, this woman, like, yeah,
yeah, it's a really fun choice for him being in this movie because he was like this veteran of like some of the great rom-coms of the 30s and the 40s. So he was like in His Girl Friday and The Awful Truth, classic Cary Grant rom-coms. And but Tim, of course, knows him best as Randolph Duke in Trading Places.
sure do, yeah.
$1. And I'll be honest, he has one of the lines that are just like permanently etched in my brain.
What's that?
Mr. Lewis and I are going to build ships together.
Great
Great big
big
ship.
ships.
You too? This
Yeah,
is
I
the
know. Oh, for sure.
I don't know why. And like I love this line delivery so much. I'm like, it is stuck in my head.
Yeah, and
I
Stucky's just immediately so mad, like cursing, like, "Is so much what's going on?" Yeah,
yeah. We already talked about Larry Miller steals the show while he's on screen. He's so good in this as the Mr. Hollister, the manager of the upscale boutique.
yep, yep.
Um, and then so we don't need to go into him more because we've already talked to him. But last, I just want to talk about a couple of like small, big,
I also we already
small
talked about it
parts.
too, but I did throw in Hank Azaria here too.
I did put in there, yeah, as
Okay,
Detective Albertson.
yeah,
Uh, I don't know if you noticed, Amy Yazbek is playing Phil's wife, Elizabeth.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, so you remember her from like Robin Hood Men in Tights and Dracula
yep,
Dead and Loving It, and she was
yep,
on
yep.
Wings. And this one you wouldn't pick up, but for anyone who watched The Sopranos, it's Al Sapienza as, aka Michael Palmise from The Sopranos, as the night doorman who's really enjoyed watching Edward pick up Viv in the beginning of the movie.
Didn't pick up on that one.
And of
Okay.
course, she did not because she didn't watch The
Yeah, I'm not a
Sopranos.
Sopranos guy. I know. I'm sorry.
But like I think everybody's good in this, but nobody like this movie's like all about the stars. These are very much very supporting parts. Like Jason Alexander has the most lines and scenes out of anybody here. So I give this a 3.5. This is very positive, but nothing like
Ooh. You're
outstanding.
you're gonna hate me or not. I don't know. I think you're right. The stars are phenomenal in this movie, but I feel like everybody supporting wise is throwing 100 miles an hour.
Okay.
So I went 5.
Wow. Okay.
I know. Barney, man,
I
is
know.
just iconic in this movie.
I know, but I'm like, I
Um,
remembered him being like in more of it, and then I'm watching like, man, I could have used more Barney. There wasn't enough Barney, but it's probably the right
there
amount of Barney.
definitely could have used more, but I don't know. Like, and then Kit, and then again, Jason Alexander is just so good in this movie and in playing that a-hole and gosh, what's his name as a store manager is so memorable.
Larry Miller. Yeah.
There's so many people. I get Hank Azaria for one scene is insanely overqualified for his one scene, right? And somehow that's still memorable. It's kind of hard to like dock it when it's like all these people are doing
You
phenomenal jobs in these small bits.
you better remember Larry Miller's name, buddy. We're gonna be coming back to him later on in the
That's
season.
very true. That's very true.
That's your favorite
Uh,
part of that movie.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
did amazing as the dad in that movie for sure.
Yes.
Yes, yes, I totally agree.
So what's your final score?
17.
Okay, I'm only one under. I'm at 16.
Okay.
So should we just say 16 and a half is the final score since we have to agree on the score?
Oh, so we're a half point argument here.
Yeah, just we'll just take the average of the two and just say 16 and a half. Maybe that's what we should do since it's the easiest thing to do.
Oh, you said you were 16?
Yeah, I'm at 16.
Oh, and I'm at 17. Okay, yeah, so 16 and a half makes sense. Okay.
Okay, so yeah,
That makes
we're
sense.
gonna add up the scores and we'll have
Yeah.
a bet as to who wins, who's drafted the better team in the end.
Right. I got to create a new list for this somewhere at some
Yeah,
point.
yeah, you got to do that.
Some one of these days. Oh, yeah. I got to quit. Anyway,
I think I'm gonna.
we got to figure out what we're watching next too.
Well, I already picked out, but we need to talk about our bonus category.
Oh yeah, the bonus category. I also I had a couple of things written down um from the wife and she and it's kind of tied because she man was she really groove into the music
Hmm.
in this movie for sure. So she really loved the music drops in this one. Um, and I think there's something important of this movie to my wife and how this person rescuing you kind of thing fantasy that Viv has in this movie, like she so identifies with.
Yes, it's very romantic, Tim.
Oh my God. That was actually one of the worst things of this movie because every once in a while she'd be like, you would never do that. And I'm like, oh my God. You know what I mean? There's like stuff like that. Like, could you not? Like, I'm having such like panic now because like apparently I'm this horrible person. She's like, no, that's not what I said. I'm like, okay. So like that kind of stuff happened. Um,
This is gonna be a long
so
season for you.
yeah, because obviously she's down to watch like every single one of these with me. So,
Mm.
because yes, this is her jam. So yeah, so that was not the best part. There was one time where I don't know if you remember the balcony where she's on the balcony after the dinner and she
No
sits on the
hands.
balcony, no hands, and she goes back.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just like went off on this scene. I'm not really sure why. It kind of started with like, why isn't there like no wind in her hair?
Because it's on a set.
I know, and that's
It's
what I
not
was
a real
trying to.
hotel.
I was explaining that to her, and she's like, "I know it's on the set," but then she's like, "But what if she fell?" I don't know. It went into a tangent that I was like, "We're gonna play the movie back on because I don't really understand where you're going with this," and I don't know. I had a hard time following where she was going with it, but maybe that was my deflective because of her coming at me for not being Richard Gere. But anyway.
All right. Yeah, let's get into the soundtrack. So King of Wishful Thinking by Go West, all-time great breakup song. Love that
I
song to
can
death.
jam out to this song.
Really?
I can. I love this song.
Me too,
I
buddy.
don't like the music video.
Oh no, it's silly as hell.
The music video is just weird.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it. But
Uh,
without the music video, I mean, as soon as it starts in the opening, like kind of intro credit stuff, it's
I
like,
don't need to fall at your feet. Yeah.
yeah, you just start going with it, and it's great. And it's
It's
really
that perfect
weird.
mix of like late 80s, early 90s music. So we got
Yeah,
like synthesizers going, we got some horns going in there too. It's like it's great.
yeah. And I don't know, but like if it randomly comes on, like on a radio or something, I'm like,
Oh, I blush.
nice.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I have a weird reaction to it, and I turn it up.
Nice. So the unfortunately that leads into a terrible Wild One cover, which I'm
Okay,
like,
so
I wanted to point out, like, oh, I did not remember this being a bad cover. Oh, that's too
I know.
bad.
Because I actually really love the transition and I
Yeah.
love the switch. There's so much I love here, but it's like such an inferior cover of Iggy
Hmm.
Pop that I'm like, oh, could we just show up for Iggy Pop? This is this is a little upsetting, but like I still love it in the movie. I love it in the movie. I love that transition and everything with it, with her kind of dolling herself up or getting herself ready and marking up her boots and stuff, or coloring in her boots, should I say? But yeah, it's like, man, it would have been even better if it was the Iggy Pop version.
Was it Iggy Pop that did
I could have sworn Iggy Pop did it.
that?
I, I mean, could be wrong. I don't know. I know Iggy Pop has a version.
Yeah, Iggy Pop has a version, but it's not Iggy Pop. It might. I don't know. I got to.
I know the Iggy Pop version.
So they're originally done by Johnny O'Keefe. It's an Australian dude. Came out in like '58, but you're probably right. It's probably the Iggy Pop one that I know better than anything else because of
It's
the
the one I
that one came
know.
from the '50s. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, that it should have been. So
Yeah.
Wild Women Do it like brings me right back. I'm like, yes, that's a great song.
I know it's weird because it's not one that I'll go out and seek out, but when it
No.
pops up in the short bit that it's in, I'm like, this kind of works. You know what I mean? Like it's just nice.
Yeah.
And I had to be honest, like I went through the soundtrack and I was kind of like, yeah, I kind of dig this song.
Pretty Woman, of course.
Iconic. They go with it twice.
First song I ever did in karaoke.
Oh, really?
And Must Have Been Love by Roxette.
That's a drop.
Yeah.
Like it just works so well within the story and everything too. Like it's great. It's a great
hmm
song.
Um, so yeah, out of five, we decided to do it. I gave it a four.
I did as well.
Okay.
I was like, I'm giving this a four, but I could be convinced to go five just because I love Pretty Woman and I love King of Wishful Thinking so much that
Yeah.
I could be convinced on a good day just go five. But I went four. Yeah.
I did. Yeah, I'm in the exact same boat with you. I'm just thinking about like some other soundtracks we might be hitting. So I'm like, I don't
Yeah,
want
I
to
mean, if
blow
you're
my
gonna
load here.
collect it, because I did get to explore the soundtrack on YouTube today, and I was kind of like, there's definitely some duds on this soundtrack that are
Yeah.
not great, but I just went with the songs that pop up in the movie. So if you just go by what songs pop up in the movie, the
hmm
real bad ding you could give it is maybe not the best version of Wild One, but
It bothers
otherwise.
me. It's like it's so close. Like if that had been like the good version, I would be like, oh hell yeah, this movie.
It's still so good. It's such a good moment, but man, this would have went up another level if it was the Iggy Pop version.
So a couple of funny things I want to go over before we wrap things up entirely.
Sure.
Um,
And we still got to pick next week. Yeah.
yeah. So the door card readers seem so fancy in 1990.
I know. I know. And it's
Um,
funny because like you don't have to insert them in anymore. We've gone even fancier. Now
yeah,
you
just
just
touch
wave.
now. You don't even take them out of the envelope anymore.
Yeah, yeah, they just be in your
Um,
pocket now.
I want to talk about the restaurant real
Okay.
quick. The
Yeah, we didn't really
Voltaire.
talk about it that much.
Yeah, well, the slippery little suckers and everything like that.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's funny. That restaurant looks like shit.
Did you notice how
I
weird the chairs were?
Yes, there's three different chairs. Thank you. There's a buffet in the middle of it. Why is there a
It's
buffet? This looks
so
like a
weird.
fancy restaurant. There's a
Yeah.
buffet.
It's bizarre.
There's three different chairs, there's three different tablecloths, and the whole thing just looks like a shitty prom, or like, not even a prom. It's like a homecoming dance.
I just don't
There's like
understand
various
where.
colors of pink going on,
Yeah.
like, all clashing around. You're like, what is
The
this?
carpet's weird. The
Yeah,
colors the colors of the chairs don't match. Like they're all
not at
different
all.
weird shades of colors.
Yes.
It's like this is what we could find. And it was super weird. I was really taken back by the carpet and the chairs more than anything else. I was really thrown in
Hey,
that scene. No,
it's driving me nuts.
I'm totally there with you.
Oh, another quick thing. I don't know if I'm crazy, and maybe I have to rewatch the movie again. But I think Richard Gere's suits get progressively bigger throughout the movie. They get worse and more 90s.
I think where I noticed, I don't know about the whole
By the
suit,
last suit, he's like
but
swimming in that last suit as he's going to rescue her from the fire escape.
the tie that which is a great scene by the way, where she's wearing nothing but a tie, is just
It would work on me.
chef's kiss, right?
Yeah.
It's a great scene. Um, Edward would love that tie, and he gets the tie kind of deal. That tie is awful. Um, it's really, it's just big and bulky. Like that's where I was like, oh my gosh, I remember Dad wearing some of these ties, these
Yeah.
giant thick ties. Like
It,
that's what kind of sucked me
it's
out
funny
there.
because basically everything that she wears post shopping trip, she could get away with today and look phenomenal. But like
Well,
his
that's
suits
something my wife was bringing
get
up is
worse.
that a lot of the styles that she's wearing in this movie are coming back. Um, like some of the dresses, I know the red opera dress that she wears, she's like, yeah, that style of dress is coming back.
Mm.
Which makes sense because there's a lot of stuff coming back. Like again, like I see it in being a high school teacher. Like everybody's wearing baggy pants again. My daughter's wearing baggy pants and everything. It's like, what is happening?
So, the bathtub scene where Vivian sings Prince, which is also very funny.
Great
Um,
scene, yeah.
a lot of detergent was used to make a lot of thick bubbles in there,
Oh no.
and
And
the
she
detergent
ducks her head
was
in.
so strong it rinsed the red dye out of Julia Roberts' hair, so she had to have her hair re-dyed that night. Um, anyway, this movie debuted at number one, knocking off The Hunt for Red October in its fourth week of release. Uh,
Ah.
Other new releases that week were A Shock to the System, a Michael Caine dark comedy that came in at number 11,
Hmm.
which is about Michael Caine gets electrocuted by the basement fuse box at home, and he develops a sinister ideas concerning both his nagging wife and his colleague Robert, who has given his promotion away.
Is this now on your list of things to watch? Because it's like
I'm curious to see that. Like,
yeah, it seems like the only time you give me these random movie descriptions, you're like, just listen to this. This sounds interesting. Don't you want to see this? Like,
there's another one. There's
yeah.
another one. Other new
There's another
releases.
one.
Yeah, this one kills me too. I'm like, how do I not know about this movie? The Fourth War, starring Roy Scheider and Jürgen Prochnow. It came in at
What?
number 15, a Cold War drama thriller about two gung-ho border commanders who carry out their own private war against each other on the German-Czechoslovakian border.
Is this a serious movie or a comedy?
It's a serious movie.
Huh. I feel like I would want to see a serious movie of this and a comedy version of
I
this.
agree. Both of those movies, I would watch both of those movies.
All right.
So that's
Uh,
everything that I want to go over.
wow. Okay.
So I have already chosen next week's episode.
Okay.
And since things are still a little busy here, time of year, got a birthday coming up and everything like that, I have chosen
Yes, you do.
the shortest movie on the list.
Ah, smart.
It's actually tied with another one. And I asked my girlfriend, which one would you rather me cover first? So we're watching Clueless,
Clueless is the shortest, huh?
hour 37.
Man, you know what's gonna be weird about this season is like we're picking all like basically great movies. I don't know if
Hmm.
we've ever done just like consistently great movies before because
Yeah.
we will have some streaks of some good or a lot of bad,
Yeah.
but this is gonna be the first time we're like, man, we're going from Pretty Woman, which is a great freaking movie, to
Yeah.
Clueless, which is a great freaking movie.
Usually this happens only at the end of seasons. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Man. All right, that's awesome. I'm excited. I freaking love that movie.
Can't wait to hear
Um,
the high school teacher's opinion on all this.
oh, well, I'll try to behave myself, but
I hope you don't.
there's oh yeah, okay. I mean, this is not obviously never been kissed, so
It still
it'll
pisses me
be
off. I want to force you to watch that movie.
no,
Just go
please
off on
God,
it.
no. No. It's so messed up and gross.
All right. You got anything else?
No, man, that's it.
All right. That is it for us. Please share your support for the podcast by leaving a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, or wherever you happen to listen to the show. Also, sharing is caring. Be sure to follow us on social media to get the latest show updates. You can contact us by emailing filmgirlchamp@gmail.com or find us by searching for the hashtag filmgirlchamp. Thank you for listening to this episode of Film Girls Champ podcast. It's not goodbye, it's just till we meet again.
What's your dream?